Hello friends, today in this video we are going to focus on the Kathmandu's inquiry cycle using the unit biodiversity. Basically today's agenda is to understand the Kathmandu inquiry cycle usage effectively. We will also know about the various stages of inquiry cycle and we will develop the skill to implement the inquiry cycle efficiently in our planning. So this video can help the new IBPYP educators or the existing educators to reinforce the Cathodox inquiry cycle to encourage inquiry based learning in their classrooms. To start with, this is the Kathmandu inquiry cycle model, which starts from tuning in stage to taking action stage. In this various stage, the students will be engaged in various learning opportunities, which will help them to build their curiosity to research on the topic to be inquired about and to take action. Let us understand each of this stage in depth. I am going to use a few of examples out of many learning engagements to explain you the various stages of inquiry cycle. Now this inquiry cycle can be applicable for the specialist as well. The main point is to understand what falls under tuning in stage, finding out stage, sorting out stage, going further stage, making conclusion stage, and taking action stage so that you can tweak it and mold it according to your learning objective in your respective subject area. We start with tuning in stage. This is the very first stage to ignite curiosity and to activate students' prior understanding about the topic. With this video, for example, we are using biodiversity and ecosystem as a unit. We can show them short videos, we can show them few images through gallery walk. We can also do a read aloud, for example, diverse forest ecosystem. Ask the students to write down what they can see, think and wonder about using a VTR. Engage in class discussion to share their thoughts and questions. So basically, in this stage, we need to develop the interest of the students towards the topic to be researched or inquire about in the unit. We also understand the prior understanding of the students, what they already know about the topic or what misconception they have about the topic. We also provide them the opportunity to share what they already know and believe about the topic with others. So think, pair, and share can all a visible thinking routine can also be used during this stage, which will give the opportunity and encourage the students to raise their initial voice about their initial thought and reflect on their curiosity. After tuning in stage, where you already have got the prior understanding of the unit the children have, we move to finding out stage. In this stage, basically, we encourage students to research and gather information about the topic they are researching. For example, in this video, we used biodiversity and ecosystem. In this stage, we can divide the students in small group based on their readiness and their interest. Now, we can also differentiate resources for each group. For instance, some group might read article, few might watch video, some might go for field trip, few others can look at the reading material or case studies, and few others can use other multimedia resources to research about the chosen topic. Provide a guided question to the group. What are the key elements of a healthy ecosystem? When you provide a guided question to the groups, each groups using different sources will stick to the learning objective, which will be common, and it will give them a pathway to research about. Students can take notes of their finding individually, and they can also be encouraged to give the sources of their information. Here you can use the VTR See Think Wonder, which will again encourage students to raise voice of their initial thought and questions and have students in peers to discuss what they have learned so far. So during this stage, basically, we take the students beyond what they already knew. We challenge them with new ideas, beliefs, and values. We help them to develop their skills such as research skills, communication skills, and thinking skills. We help them to collect new knowledge and information about the topic. Next stage is sorting out stage. Now what is the next step the students are going to do with the information already collected? So now they are going to sort them into different groups. So help the students to organize and make sense of the information they have collected. Help them to organize and present them. They can present they can be given the opportunity to present the understanding in ways in which they are willing to or they are interested in, based on their abilities and capabilities. They can use Canva, they can use pen and paper, they can make chart paper, they can use PowerPoint presentation, etc. Give students a graphic organizer or concept map to categorize and connect to the information they have gathered. Encourage them to discuss their findings with their peers and reflect on any patterns or connection they notice. Offer additional support or more challenging question based on the individual needs. This will encourage differentiation in the process of learning and teaching. You can use, for example, connect, extend, challenge as a visible thinking routine. After students have gathered information, ask them to think about how the new information connects to what they already knew about it. What it extends or add to their knowledge, and what challenges or question they still have. This routine will encourage students to make connection and reflect on their understanding. So this sorting out stage provides the opportunity for students to use their referred way of learning to demonstrate their learning skills and knowledge. So these were the three stages. Now moving ahead to the next stage is going further stage. Now this stage basically promotes students agency by allowing them to explore specific aspects of biodiversity or the topic they are inquiring about and they are interested in. Invite the students to choose specific habitat or species to research further. Provide various resources and guide them in formulating research questions. Allow students to work independently or in peers based on their preferences. Encourage them to share their chosen topic and question with the class to inspire others. Here, visible thinking routine which you can use at this stage is I used to think and now I think. Ask the students to complete the sentence to express how their thinking have evolved and changed as they explore their chosen subtopic. This routine promotes self-reflection and metacognition. So during this going further state, it extends and broadens the unit if appropriate. It allows the students to investigate areas of personal interest. It also gives the opportunities for students to use their preferred learning style and preferred learning dimension to present. Next stage is of making conclusion stage, which encourages students to reflect on their learning and draw conclusions. Have each student or group present their finding and conclusion to the class. Facilitate group discussion where students reflect on how their understanding of biodiversity and ecosystem have evolved. Incorporate peer and self-reflection by asking questions like what surprised you during this inquiry? How did your thinking change? Provide them with some success criteria to reflect on their learning and their peers learning. You can also use what makes you say that visible thinking routine when students present their findings, encourage their peers to ask this question. This promotes students to justify their conclusion and engage in deeper discussions. So during this making conclusion state, basically the students reflect on their thinking about their learning and how they have learned, what they have learned, and why they have learned. They also identify the skill, knowledge, and values developed during the unit. They draw conclusion and make connection between ideas among the worlds and their own learning. The next and the last stage of inquiry based learning model is taking action stage. This stage empowers students to take action to support biodiversity ecosystem according to this video or any topic they are inquiring about. Here basically the students identify what the students have learned and implement in their as personal action. It enables the students to make choice and apply their idea in real life. It also encourages students to relate to their learning and to the real life situation. Brainstorm and discuss potential actions, suggest as creating posters to raise awareness, organizing school garden projects, or participating in a local conversation initiative. Let students vote on the action they want to take, ensure their agency in decision making. Support them in planning and implementing the chosen action with regular reflection and evaluation. Remember, the students will only take action when they are aware of all the various actions to be taken. So, the very important thing before you send the students for independence is to teach, to model, to guide, and then give them the opportunity to explore. Here at this stage, you can use is step in, step out circle. Have students form two concentric circles with one circle facing outwards and the other inwards, like a donut activity, which we used to do earlier. In pairs, they discuss their ideas for taking action. After each discussion, students rotate to a new partner. This routine promotes peer to peer discussion and reflection on potential action. So, these were the various stages of Kathmandu inquiry cycle to promote inquiry based learning in your classrooms. So, I hope you might have got a broad understanding of what exactly tuning in stage is for. It is for provocation. It can be done through animation, text, videos, artifacts, activating prior knowledge and wonderings. In finding out stage, basically the learners gather the information, the research on the topic, and they engage in sharing their experiences. They make they make meaningful connections and build deeper understanding in the sorting out stage, where they organize their research work. In the going out stage, they do independent research based on their interest and recognize and provide opportunities to engage in further and deeper knowledge to support their learning. In reflecting, they reflect on their learning, setting goals and applying their learnings to the area, and after that, taking action is the application of their learning. Thank you so much for joining me today in understanding the Kathmandu inquiry cycle model and the process. If you want to know more about it, I encourage you all to please read various book on inquiry based learning designed by Kathmandu. You can also refer to the website link given in this video. Thank you. Enjoy inquiry based teaching and learning process in your class. The more you explore, the more you learn, the more opportunities you create for your learner to learn. Thank you. Have a nice day.